Hello, YouTube. Uh, just just got done eating dinner, and let's talk about. We're gonna address some issues and talk about relationships. Now, some of you have a relationship where you share you share everything. You share the finances. You share this. You share that. You share the love. You share the affection. You share the discipline, the arguments. You share the problems. You know. Now, with the problems, you have to have a solution. Most relationships, most relationships, most relationships, um, people have a problem with solutions. You know, things can go on for years and years and years, but there's no solution. So you have to catch that part early, because when you catch it early, you you basically you basically contain the relationship to a certain point. I would say just like your credit, right? You get into a relationship and you sit down with the person. You say, okay, you got this debt, I got that debt, but if you know what you have, there's a solution to the problem. So it's just like an argument. It's just like things to go wrong. Most things in a relationship is basically financial. You know, um, it's rare that there's other issues in a relationship. Now, you sit down with this person. This person has bad credit, but you can't tell this person, "Oh, you got bad credit and this and that." No, you have to come up with a solution. The solution is to sit down, say, "Okay, let's work on our credit. Let's get both of our credit score up," because you can tell by somebody's credit score if the relationship is going to work or not. You know, because at that point in time, right? If your credit score is going up, you're showing improvement, not just in your score, but in your relationship. Because as your score goes up, right, you're feeling a different way. You're feeling more excited. You're feeling more loved. You're feeling more, I would say, enthusiastic. So now, as your score is going up, you're going to want to change. You're going to want stuff for your house. You're going to want you're going to want stuff for yourself, your kids, or whatever. But the thing with change is you have to be careful, because you could be changing so much that you forget about your actual credit and you damage it again. Because it's easy for a person to get out a card and say, "Hey, I want to spend a couple $100, a couple $1,000," and next thing you know, you're in the same boat. Credit is an emergency. Emergency is not if you see something at Ulta and you want to buy $250 worth of perfumes and makeup, whatever. That's not an emergency. Emergency is if you get a flat tire or you need some car repairs. You don't have the cash on hand. It's better to do cash purchases than to just always hit your card, because that's the rule of credit. Now let's get back on track with your relationship. Now, that's the finance part of it. The the love part of it is that you should find one thing that you do a day that is loving, is caring. I don't care if it's if you made your partner dinner, if you gave her a hug, you give her a kiss or whatever, a kind word, because a lot of people don't understand a kind word can go a long way. I mean, you can actually change the course of a person's day by just a kind word. Now, you have to be careful with a kind word, because a kind word can be, it can be misconstrued as a, what's the word I'm looking for? It could be misconstrued as something evil, or something where a person's trying to, I would say, manipulate you. So, some people try to be sneaky, so it's not always good to accept the kind word. It's just like in the Bible, it says that the devil has blessings just as well as God has blessings. So you can walk down the street. Let me explain it to you. You can walk down the street and let's say this old lady, she drops an envelope, and then she walks a half a block, but you didn't pick up the envelope, and it has $1,500 in it. Now, you knew this lady dropped this money, but what do? You keep it anyway. That's not a blessing from God. That's a blessing from the devil. So you have to be able to know the difference between different types of blessings. Now, this poor lady drops her money. The right thing would do is give it back to her. Most people are going to keep it because they say, well, I need this money. But guess what's going to happen? Karma steps in. Eventually, you're going to wind up paying for keeping that $1,500. So why keep it? That money is tainted. By you keeping it, nothing good is going to come to you. So the best thing to do is to give it back. I know that's a tall order, but that's what you got to do. So so then let's talk about how a relationship can actually get out of control. Because see, in a relationship there's stress. There's but you can't let the stress overwhelm the love you have for that person. So, but it can, it's 100% possible that something that you're dealing with can basically ruin your relationship if you let it. So, like, okay, for instance, there is stuff, there is bills, and there is food, and there is this and that. Like when I go out to dinner, I'll go ahead and pay for the whole dinner because this is who I am. Me and my wife might go to the grocery store. We might have a little bit of stuff, maybe $20, $30, $40, $50. Right? But we'll go ahead and split the cost because that's the 50-50 rule. I'm about to explain that to you. The 50-50 rule is when you share your expenses. Because when you share something, it basically makes the relationship better. You feel better. Not just you feel better, but your finances are better. Your love is better. Your thoughts are better. So you go through the relationship knowing that, you and this person have shared something special. So a relationship is work. A relationship is an investment. And I'm going to explain that to you. When you go to the stock market or you go through your trader and you say, okay, well, I want to invest $1,000, and your investment is doing bad, it's just like a relationship. You have to put in something for your investment to be rock solid. You can't expect your relationship to do everything on its own. Because just like an investment, you have to put in. you don't put in, it's not going to mature. So this is what, a relationship is based upon. Now, vice versa, a woman, the old rules. I mean, like, I remember my grandmother used to say that a woman has to, well, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That's an old saying, My honest opinion, I think that can be true, but like I said, it's vice versa, because both sides, the man and the woman, has to be able to accomplish different things throughout the relationship. Like I said, it takes hard work. Especially when you're in a relationship where you have kids, it's extra work. You have to take the extra step. So sometimes it's stressful, sometimes it's hard, sometimes you have to figure out what steps to take. Sometimes they're drastic, sometimes they're not drastic. But in these days, as the Bible talks about how days are going to get more complicated, you have to change with the times, which means you have to be more strict. You have to be more direct. If you're not, you can actually fail as a parent, fail as a human being. So now, since I think we covered most of the basis of a relationship, so I have a book, and it's called hold on, I forgot the name of the book. Oh, it's called Love, Loyalty, and Honor, and you can view it on Amazon, and it talks about the things a man has to do to build a relationship. It goes all into detail of how two people can share their whole life together, but it's like building a house. It takes more than the bricks and the cement. Basically, it takes a lot more. You got to put a lot into it. So check the book out. It's a good book, and yeah. So I think that's about it. And have a good night. Thank you.